You know what's kind of blown up out of nowhere? This online thing between Flamengo and Chelsea fans?
Oh, yeah. Flamengo, the Brazilian club, and Chelsea. Seems a bit random.
Totally. Like, they haven't really clashed much on the pitch, right? But online, it's intense. And it all apparently stems from the FIFA Club World Cup draw.
Ah, okay, that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, sometimes those draws spark unexpected rivalries. It's fascinating how fan dynamics work.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we're going to try and unpack this whole thing. We've got some info here, a football news piece detailing the online banter, the memes, all of that.
Right, and we also looked into another piece that kind of gives context, talking about some of the really big football rivalries worldwide.
So the mission today is basically to figure out where this Flamengo Chelsea thing came from, what it's all about, and I guess how it fits into that bigger picture of like global football fandom.
Sounds good. So where do we start? The draw itself.
Yeah, let's do that. So the article says the spark was that draw on December 6, 2024. And the Club World Cup, I mean, it's a big deal, right? Puts the champions from different continents against each other.
Absolutely. Huge bragging rights on the line. And this specific draw put Chelsea and Flamengo in the same group, Group D, along with ES Tunis and Club Lyon.
Okay, and the timing, context-wise, Chelsea were doing pretty well.
Yeah, the piece mentions they were sitting second in the Premier League, just came off a big 5-1 win, so, flying high.
And Flamengo.
Well, they're obviously a giant in Brazil, third in their league, the Brasileirão Serie A, which is, yeah, the top league there. But they just had a tough loss.
Ah, right, the CONMEBOL Libertadores exit.
Exactly. South America's Champions League. So a bit of contrasting fortunes leading into that draw.
Which I guess leads to this perception the article mentions a gap in, like, squad quality. On paper, at least.
For sure. And maybe that's why some Chelsea fans might have felt, I don't know, a bit confident, maybe even dismissive.
Seems like it. Because the reaction from Flamengo fans was immediate and bold. Like, really bold.
Yeah, the article points that out. They apparently jumped straight onto social media, basically trying to, take Chelsea fans down a peg.
Totally. There's this quote, Chelsea should be proud to face the most powerful club in the Americas. That's quite a statement.
It really is. It flips the script, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Suggesting Chelsea are the ones needing to prove themselves.
And it didn't stop there. Someone else apparently said, Real Madrid is the Flamengo of Europe.
Wow. Okay, that's ambitious. And then came the OC jab.
Oh, yeah. Flamengo, Chelsea, OC, Oil Club. That's clearly a poke about their ownership, right? Trying to get a reaction.
Classic fan stuff. Using anything you can to wind up the opposition. It's interesting how quick that stuff spreads online.
Definitely. And then it got really specific. The article digs into this player comparison that apparently got everyone fired up. Georgian de Arrascaeta versus Cole Palmer.
Ah, okay. Arrascaeta Flamengo's attacking mid, Uruguayan international.
Right? Creative player. Scored twice in the 2022 World Cup. Big player for them. And the Flamengo fans were just adamant. Arrascaeta, Palmer, like, no question.
And their arguments really show what they value, doesn't it? They're pointing to his international record, those World Cup goals.
Exactly. Like, Arrascaeta scored 2 goals in the World Cup 2022. Palmer has 0. Simple as that. Someone else apparently posted something similar with a laughing emoji. It's all about, proven experience on the biggest stage.
Which makes sense. South American football often really values that international pedigree, but the Chelsea fans fired back.
Oh, yeah. Predictably, maybe. Focusing on Palmer playing in Europe, his potential. You get comments like, Palmer's right foot alone is better than Arrascaeta's whole career. Ouch.
That's harsh. And then the classic dismissal.
The who is Arrascaeta one.
Yeah.
Just trying to act like he's irrelevant.
Which is, it's pure provocation, isn't it? Trying to belittle a key player for a massive club. Did it work? Or did it backfire?
Seemed to backfire, honestly. It just riled up the Flamengo fans even more. They brought out the national pride angle.
How so?
Stuff like, don't you know who the Uruguayan national team's number 10 is? Then you have no credibility to talk about football. Defending not just their player, but like South American football knowledge in general.
Right, I see. And then the economic angle came back in.
Yep. A Chelsea fan apparently retorted with something like, we'll buy Arrascaeta from your small club if he's that good. Bringing the money into it again.
So it's a clash on multiple levels then. Player skill, league prestige, international experience, club size, economics. It's all in the mix.
Totally. All wrapped up in these like snappy online comments and memes. We have to talk about the bug meme.
Okay, the bug meme, what's that about?
It was brilliant, actually. Flamengo fans' response to being called irrelevant or small They started using an image from A Bug's Life.
No way.
Yeah. And photoshopping the Chelsea logo onto the bug.
Ha! That's pretty clever. A visual comeback to being dismissed.
Totally. And apparently, it confused the heck out of some Chelsea fans. The article mentioned someone asking, like, can you explain the joke? I don't understand it.
And a reply was just,
Your club is as small as a bug. Simple, effective.
that really shows how social media works, doesn't it? These quick visual jokes can become instant rallying points, even in these sort of virtual pop-up rivalries.
For sure. And it clearly annoyed them. There's this one comment mentioned, a Chelsea fan going, bro, they keep spamming BZZZ, BZZZ, and KKK was going, oh, the KKK is like Brazilian online laughter, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the meme clearly landed. It's fascinating how online culture and humor play into these things.
Absolutely. But beyond the memes and player stuff,
Mm.
the article also gets into like the different fan cultures clashing.
Okay, how so?
Well, Flamengo fans kept emphasizing their huge fan base, the club's history, the passion, talking about the Americana atmosphere, flares, chants, that real deep connection.
Right, that sense of tradition and massive loyal support, compared to Chelsea fans who focus more on,
Recent success, maybe. Global profile. There's that quote, nobody even knows who Flamengo is. You're not on our level, which sounds very focused on current status.
and the Flamengo fans hit back at that with the plastic success label.
Exactly. That term you hear thrown around about clubs with more recent, often investment-fueled success.
Yeah, it's a common point of contention in modern football, isn't it? What defines a big club? Is it history and fan base size, or trophies and global brand? It's like a battle for legitimacy.
Oh, definitely. And it all seems to tie into this underlying current, the article mentions, perceived English arrogance versus, like, Brazilian football pride.
Ah, that old dynamic. Was there a specific example?
Yeah, this one tweet from a Chelsea fan really stands out. Why are Flamengo fans getting loud? It's going to be so funny when Chelsea's B team absolutely smokes them. Know your level.
Oof. Yeah, that's pretty dismissive. That would definitely wind people up.
You bet. And the response from Flamengo fans was basically, remember Corinthians?
Ah, the 2012 Club World Cup final. Chelsea lost that one.
Yep. And they also mentioned the close game against Palmeiras more recently. Kind of a reminder that South American teams can and do compete.
And then throwing in the World Cup stats for good measure.
Of course. Brazil has 5 World Cups while your country, 1, robbed. Classic move, bringing national team glory into a club fight.
It's interesting how quickly those boundaries blur in fan arguments. But did the Chelsea fans have any factual comebacks?
Well, yeah, the article mentions them pointing to Flamengo's league position at the time, maybe lack of recent big trophies. The usual fact-checking banter.
Right. And the economic point comes up again, too, you said.
Yeah, a Flamengo fan apparently acknowledged that, look, financially, Europe's leagues are stronger. They do send their best players there. But that doesn't mean their clubs aren't huge or their league isn't competitive.
That's a fair point. The passion and history are undeniable, even if the economic balance is skewed. It doesn't mean the clubs are small in terms of support or significance in their own context.
Exactly. And interestingly, there's actually some shared history here, too.
Oh, yeah. Between the clubs.
Well, through players. Felipe Luis, he's Flamengo's coach now, right? He won the Premier League with Chelsea back in 2015.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that. Good connection.
And David Luiz,
Yeah.
Chelsea legend, won loads with them. Now he's a key defender for Flamengo.
That's true. So there are these personal links that just add another layer. It makes a potential future matchup even more interesting, doesn't it?
For sure. It's not just abstract clubs. There are faces people know on both sides.
Definitely adds a bit of spice. So if we kind of zoom out now and think about that other article, the one on big established rivalries, how does this Flamengo-Chelsea online thing compare?
Well, obviously it's not El Clasico, is it? Or, the old firm derby in Scotland. Those have deep historical roots, cultural divides, decades, even centuries of history.
Right. This is different. It's very modern, very online, very reactive, maybe, born from a specific event, the draw.
Exactly. But the article argues, even though it's different in origin and maybe longevity, it shares that core element. Passionate fans defending their clubs honor their place in the world.
Yeah, the intensity is definitely there, even if the history isn't. The way fans engaged, the arguments they used, the memes, it shows real emotional investment. It might be virtual for now, but the feelings seem genuine.
So wrapping this up then, we've seen this pretty wild online rivalry pop up between Flamengo and Chelsea fans, all kicked off by that Club World Cup draw.
Yep. fueled by everything from comparing specific players like Arrascaeta and Palmer to creative memes involving bugs.
Uh-huh, yeah, the bug meme. And clashing over different ideas of what makes a club important history and passion versus recent success and global profile. Economics even played a part.
It really did. And it makes you think, doesn't it, about modern fandom, how global the game is now. Fans continents apart can instantly lock horns online.
Yeah, and the big question is, does this stuff stay online? Is it just digital banter, a bit of fun? Or could it actually, create real tension if or when they finally play each other?
That's the interesting point. Does the virtual animosity translate to the real world, or is it contained?
It's a good question. And maybe a final thought to leave people with. As football gets more and more globalized, are we going to see more of this? These, like, long-distance rivalries flaring up online, intensely felt, even without much shared history on the pitch. It certainly seems possible, doesn't it? Definitely something to watch out for in the future. Well, this has been a fascinating look into a very modern football phenomenon. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. This has been Logan.
And Kim for Podcast English Friend.
Thank you for having us, and subscribe for more.